Hey everybody, Brickhouse here. Let's talk a little Tucker Carlson. Um, Tucker pretty much broke the internet last night, in my opinion. But first, Tucker Carlson is trying to get out of his Fox contract, and I can't say as I blame him. Most of you probably already know Tucker had his show canceled, terminated at Fox. But what most of you probably don't know is that even though they terminated his show, he's still under contract to Fox. Yeah. They want him sidelined because ironically his contract runs through January 2025. Coincidence? We do have an election next year, right? Tucker Carlson's lawyers have sent Fox News a letter accusing the network of fraud and breach of contract and requested the network take immediate steps to preserve all existing documents and data relevant to its censorship with Carlson, according to a report. Axios reported Tuesday that Carlson is considering litigation against Fox News, which reportedly is trying to prevent him from ending his contract that runs through January 2025 and starting a new show. According to Axios, the aggressive letter from his lawyers to Fox positions Carlson to argue that the non-compete provision in his contract is no longer valid, freeing him to launch his own competing show or media enterprise. The letter came just before Carlson announced on Twitter that he would be bringing his show to the social media platform, signaling that his legal team believes it can argue that Fox News violated its contract with Carlson first, freeing him from it. Carlson's lawyer, Brian Friedman, wrote to Fox News executive Viet Din and Irina Briganti that Fox News employees, including Rupert Murdoch himself, broke promises to Carlson intentionally and with reckless disregard for the truth, according to Axios. The letter reportedly alleges that Fox News made promises to Carlson that were intentionally broken, constituting fraud, and that the network also broke an agreement not to leak his private communications to the media. Which, in fact, those private communications have made Tucker look a whole hell of a lot better in a lot of people's eyes, including mine. The letter also reportedly alleges the network broke promises not to settle with Dominion voting systems in a way which would indicate wrongdoing on the part of Carlson and not to take any actions in a settlement that would harm his reputation. Two sources told Axios that Carlson was told by a member of the Fox News board that he was taken off the air as part of the Dominion settlement. These actions not only breach the covenant of good faith and fair dealing in the agreement, but give rise to claims for breach of contract and intentional and negligent misrepresentation, the letter reportedly said. Fox News and an attorney for Dominion reportedly denied allegations that Carlson was fired as part of the network's $787.5 million settlement with Dominion. The letter also reportedly claimed that Briganti, Fox News' communications and PR chief, leaked to other media outlets information about Carlson to undermine, embarrass, and interfere with Carlson's future business prospects, which could be another breach of his contract. Make no mistake, we intend to subpoena Mrs. Briganti's cell phone records and related documents, which evidence communications with her and all media, including but not limited to the New York Times, the letter said, according to Axios. Now, this is all leading up to the piece de resistance, and this is from last night, Tucker Carlson on Twitter.
Hey, it's Tucker Carlson. You often hear people say the news is full of lies. But most of the time, that's not exactly right. Much of what you see on television or read the New York Times is in fact true in the literal sense. It could pass one of the media's own fact checks. Lawyers would be willing to sign off on it. In fact, they may have. But that doesn't make it true. It's not true. At the most basic level, the news you consume is a lie of the stealthiest and most insidious kind. Facts have been withheld on purpose, along with proportion and perspective. You are being manipulated. How does that work? Let's see. If I tell you that a man has been unjustly arrested for armed robbery, that is not, strictly speaking, a lie. He may have been framed. At this point, there's been no trial, so no one can really say. But if I don't mention the fact that the same man has been arrested for the same crime 6 times before, am I really informing you? No, I'm not. I'm misleading you. And that's what the news media are doing in every story that matters, every day of the week, every week of the year. What's it like to work in a system like that? After more than 30 years in the middle of it, we could tell you stories. The best you can hope for in the news business at this point is the freedom to tell the fullest truth that you can. But there are always limits. And you know that if you bump up against those limits often enough, you will be fired for it. That's not a guess, it's guaranteed. Every person who works in English language media understands that. The rule of what you can't say defines everything. It's filthy, really, and it's utterly corrupting. You can't have a free society if people aren't allowed to say what they think is true. Speech is the fundamental prerequisite for democracy. That's why it's enshrined in the first of our constitutional amendments. Amazingly, as of tonight, there aren't many platforms left that allow free speech. The last big one remaining in the world, the only one, is Twitter, where we are now. Twitter has long served as the place where our national conversation incubates and develops. Twitter is not a partisan site. Everybody's allowed here, and we think that's a good thing. And yet, for the most part, the news that you see analyzed on Twitter comes from media organizations that are themselves thinly disguised propaganda outlets. You see it on cable news, you talk about it on Twitter. The result may feel like a debate, but actually the gatekeepers are still in charge. We think that's a bad system. We know exactly how it works, and we're sick of it. Starting soon, we'll be bringing a new version of the show we've been doing for the last 6.5 years to Twitter. We'll be bringing some other things too, which we'll tell you about. But for now, we're just grateful to be here. Free speech is the main right that you have. Without it, you have no others. See you soon.
So there you can go to tuckercarlson.com, sign up to get notifications on what he's doing with his website. I'm imagining it's going to be a subscription service. That would be my guess. But like many, I cannot wait to see what he does with his new show. And I will tell you this. I know he's been talking to Elon Musk. What's interesting is how he was saying we. So I can almost guarantee there's a lot of Musk money behind this, and I absolutely freaking love it. So comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tucker going to get out of his Fox contract? Even if he doesn't get out of his Fox contract, I'm sure there's probably some loophole somewhere that he can exploit to be able to do his new show on Twitter. If you would, please like this video. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe, share with your friends. Hit the notification bell to get notified when my content is uploaded on a daily basis. And with that, folks, we will... Almost forgot. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And I will see you in the next video.